It's Friday, February 7th, 2025. Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to get right into some of this news today. A lot happening. Feel free to comment down below on any of this. Consumer inflation fears spike in February as tariff worries hit sentiment. This on CNBC today. The news is seeming to affect the markets today yet again, that we have more inflation fears. Dow down 440 today, NASDAQ down 268. As I make this video, gold's up $8.82, sitting at 2870. Bitcoin down 900, sitting at about 96,000. Consumers see more inflation ahead. What do you think? I truly do believe we're going to see more inflation in 2025, and this is what I've been talking about for quite a while, and why we need to be preparing. Too many people are buying into the utopia that everything's going to be fixed, that there's not going to be any pain to be felt, that inflation is just going to disappear. It is not going to disappear with this amount of debt, with these type of deficits. And we are now beginning to unravel the knot here and finding out the horrors, the atrocities of what our taxpayer dollars were being spent on. And it is very, very disturbing. And I hope people are held accountable. This on CNN today. The world's second largest gold storage suddenly has very long lines to withdraw bars, not coins, bars. Bank of England cannot keep up with demand. 4 to 8 weeks for delivery. It looks after 400,000 gold bars worth billions of dollars. Investors, it says, are spooked by the Trump tariff threats and are running to the safe haven asset. I remember watching Dave Ramsey multiple times tell people that it's just a dumb yellow rock. There's no monetary value to it. It's a waste of money. You shouldn't have this stuff. Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of countries, a lot of central banks, and a lot of institutions that are running and stockpiling on this stuff, and now having a very, very difficult time getting it. If you didn't see my video early this morning, I dropped a video. I know a lot of people didn't see it, and I was talking about the importance of protecting your gold and your silver, and I did a video just talking about this product right here, the Dirty Man Safe. And if you didn't see the video this morning, go to my last video. I did a breakdown of this little underground safe that you put in the ground, and I think it's extremely important to have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of these things, because gold prices are going to continue to surge. You need to protect your assets, and a lot of people don't like keeping it all in their house. Most people don't like keeping it in a private vault, because now you're dealing with a third party. You put this thing in the ground, you bury it, and you don't worry about it. And I know that there's people out there saying, hey, I can go to Home Depot and build that myself. Yeah, you can. Go do it yourself. That's fine. But for the people that don't have the time, who don't have the resources, don't have the know-how, who just want to buy something like this, have it delivered, and just put their gold and silver documents, whatever, and bury it, it's good for them. Also, I noticed in the comments, some people said, well, a metal detector will detect that. I've watched a lot of videos with high-end metal detectors that did not detect it in that. And the deeper you go, the harder it is to detect. The stainless steel cable on that safe is 3/16 steel. It's the hardest metal to detect. And I was reading a lot just on my research that once you get 10 to 16 inches, very difficult below the surface, very difficult for metal detectors to detect your silver and gold. So if you went down 3 feet, I don't think most metal detectors would detect it. But at the end of the day, nothing's foolproof, nothing's 100%. But how many people do you know robbing houses with metal detectors? I've not even heard of that. People running around with metal detectors in somebody's backyard or on their farms. Haven't heard of it. Very, very seldom, very, very rare. Not to say that it's never happened, but look, there's nothing that's 100% foolproof. So I think it's a great idea. If you didn't see my video, go to my last video, check out the review of this. I have a link down below if you want to grab one of these or 2 of these, and you can use my code for a 10% discount. But fantastic, fantastic item right there, ladies and gentlemen. And if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't like the people who made these things, small American businesses, which I support, which I know most of you support, I wouldn't own them. I wouldn't be buying more of these, and I wouldn't be supporting the company today. But a fantastic idea. Again, yes, you can make these things yourself. But again, if you don't have the time, if you don't know how to do this, if you don't have the tools, then maybe it's just better to just order it from an American company that will make it for you and ship it to you. So just a thought, but the video got really good reviews this morning, so check it out. And I just bring this up because gold is, in my opinion, going to go well past $3,000 an ounce, and silver is going to continue to go up. And you need to be storing this stuff somewhere. You need to be protecting your gold, your silver, your documents, your diamonds, whatever it might be. So make sure you have a place, and this is one of the safest places to put it. It is tornado proof, fire proof, flood proof, and I would say pretty much theft proof. So look into that. Let me know what you think. U.S. economy added just 143,000 jobs in January, but unemployment rate fell to 4%. This is great news, right? It sounds wonderful. I'm looking at this on CNBC today. It was below the estimate, but we did add more jobs. But the bottom line is this. Most of these were government and service sector jobs. And we are about to see a massive surge of layoffs with government jobs. And it says here on CNBC where the jobs are for January 2025 in one chart. Well, what a shock. Healthcare and social assistance added 66,000 jobs. Retail trade added 34.3 thousand, and government jobs added 32,000, which is about to slow down. But two of the three, the healthcare and social assistance, which are pretty much mostly government jobs, and then the government jobs, you're looking at what, about almost 100,000 jobs right there of the 143 were government jobs. Many of these healthcare social assistance jobs are low-paying jobs, part-time. So this is not really any type of good news. Actually, it's quite depressing when you have a majority of these jobs being created by the government. And everything that I'm reading, everything I'm seeing on the news, government workers, I hope you have something to fall back on, because you're going to be welcome to the reality of the real job world. Lost in today's job revision chaos, over 1 million foreign-born workers found a job and no native-borns. This on The Hedge today. Most of the job gains in 2024 were a mirage, it says. Remember, the job revision in August 2024 of 818,000 jobs which never existed. Don't people feel like they've been really lied to? Are they upset? Are they a little angry, livid? We've been lied to. A job revision of 818,000 jobs. That's not a little miss. That's huge. The BLS reported in January over 1 million, or to be precise, 1,045,000 foreign-born workers found a job compared to 8,000 native-born workers. Since July of 2018, the U.S. labor force has added 4.6 million foreign-born workers, while the number of native-born workers has declined by nearly 700,000. It's not a good sign. And I think we're going to see some big fireworks here in the months to come. 2025 is living up to its prediction. It is a barn burner, and we're going to see big changes. But we have a very, very unhealthy job market. We have a very unhealthy economy. We can talk all day about the booming stock market, which took a hit today, but there is no relationship between the economy and the stock market. They are completely detached. You're watching the deterioration of the U.S. economy while the stock market goes up. And the majority of hardworking people in the United States of America are getting absolutely decimated. U.S. workers staying put as fewer quit their jobs. This is on Fox Business. I've been saying for over a year, do whatever you have to do to remain at your job, not to lose your job. And look, the people that are staying home taking bubble baths, and somebody wrote me the other night saying, "What are you talking about bubble baths? How can you prove that?" I don't have to. You can go to the Wall Street Journal and many other media outlets that reported it in a survey that government workers admitted to this. They're playing golf, they're going to the beach, they're taking bubble baths on your dime. Not me saying it, it's the actual workers saying that. And many of them are going to find themselves in a whole new world where they're going to actually have to have skills and compete for a job. And this is going to be a very brutal job market, ladies and gentlemen. So many people are going to be looking for jobs. And you're going to have a lot of government workers now flooding in on top of technology, AI, people from all over the world, people coming out of college, people who just need a job. It's going to get extremely competitive. So don't lose your job. And the people who are going to lose the jobs first are obviously the people that are staying at home, not going to the office. Because when you're not in the office, you don't really show any loyalty. The higher ups don't even know who you are. You're going to be the first people to go. So keep your job, especially if it's a good one. And just, let's just see where this goes over the next year, 12 to 24 months. And there may be some new opportunities that open up. Maybe we're going to see a healthier economy in 12 or 18 or 24 months. Yum bets big on AI as it attempts to move 100% to 100% digital sales. Yum restaurants, they own around 25,000 restaurants. KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, they want to go 100% AI. And many people now have a career, yes, a career in fast food. And they will work, 2 or 3 of these fast food restaurants. These, again, used to be jobs for high school kids, retirees, college kids, part-timers. These are now careers for people. They rely on working at the Taco Bells and the KFCs and the Pizza Huts. And what we're going to see at some point in the next, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know, but it's coming. AI is going to replace a majority of these jobs, and they're not going to need humans. And so what are all these people going to do for work? My question to all of you, comment down below. What is everybody going to do for work? And when you have tens of millions of people here from all parts of the world who need to work to feed themselves, what is everybody going to do? You have Americans, you have people from all over the world, you have federal workers coming into the scene. Everybody's going to need to feed themselves. They're going to need a job, right? And of course, we're going to see a lot of these government subsidies cut off where people may not, be able to get the free food like they used to. And when they get hungry, they're going to put 2 and 2 together and go, hey, I need to get a job because I'm getting hungry. So everybody's going to be competing over these jobs. I don't know how it's going to play out, but it's going to be interesting. Another one, Trump nukes all government mainstream media contracts after political firestorm, will axe 97% of USAID staff. I believe this has been put on pause by a judge, but it's coming. And it should have happened a long time ago. And really, a lot of this stuff should have never, ever happened in the first place. And I'm glad somebody's actually doing something about it. But look, these are going to be more people, in the food line looking for a job. Trump administration hits brakes on $5 billion electric vehicle charging station program. So we can go back to the last administration. They took $7.5 billion of your money and they built 8 charging stations. Are you upset yet? Are you angry yet? The people in North Carolina still living in tents. The people in California, they don't know what they're going to do. The people in East Palestine got a mess to deal with. Are you angry yet? Are you upset yet? This is absolutely unacceptable, and thank God somebody is finally putting an end to it. And think about these companies that got all this government subsidies to make these charging stations, build these cars. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm glad it's finally coming to an end. Here's another one today from Bloomberg. Nikola considers bankruptcy, capping EV makers' wild ride. I think they were building electric semis. These companies would not even exist. They would not even be alive right now if it wasn't for the U.S. taxpayer and all the billions of dollars they received. They can't compete in a free market, a fair market. And so we had the government subsidizing these companies. And without the free, easy money, the gravy train's over. These companies are going to disappear. Most of them will not survive. And I'm happy because I believe in a free market where you have to compete, and if people don't want to buy your product, they're not going to. And I'm sick of people forcing this onto us. People don't want it. They want gas. They want diesel. And look, there's nothing wrong with an EV. If you want to drive a Tesla, have at it. But I don't think too many of these EV companies are going to be around. I think Tesla will be the last one remaining. And there's probably a place in the market for them. But we don't need, a dozen of these companies. Ford is building these things. They got stuck, lost $5 billion. Nobody wants them. So it's a very, very small niche market. White House preparing order to cut thousands of federal health workers. This could happen as soon as next week. This will happen in Health and Human Services. This dude ain't playing around. They are trimming the fat. They're getting rid of the people who are not essential. And this is going to save the taxpayer some money. We have gotten absolutely burned, bamboozled, ripped off, and robbed. And people are just sick and tired of it. And I'll tell you, the more people see how their money was literally just lit on fire while they are living paycheck to paycheck, while they can't put groceries on the table, while their kids aren't getting enough food, while they're having to cut everything out of their life, and they see where this money is going. We could spend 2 days just talking about the list that they've come up with already where this money is going, and it is absolutely sickening. I'm repulsed with how they took our money and plundered it all over the world on the dumbest things on planet Earth. People should be absolutely livid, and they should want accountability. I hope that they just don't fix this, but that they also hold the people accountable who robbed America. Breaking. Musk says his Doge team uncovered $100 billion in Medicare and Medicaid waste. This is, again, you should be absolutely PO'd with this abuse of your money. While most of you are living paycheck to paycheck, not sleeping well at night, wondering how you're going to pay for this, pay for that, make the car payment, make the rent, put food on the table for your kids, maybe, have to pay for school material, school supplies for your kids, sports, health insurance for your kids. Maybe you send your kids to private school and you're barely making it. This is why so many people in this country are barely making it, because our leaders and politicians have absolutely robbed us. How much more is going to be exposed? And why do we have so many politicians that are yelling and shouting and so angry at Elon Musk for exposing what has taken place? Wouldn't you think that everybody would be happy? Like, wow, great job. Let's fix this. Let's hold people accountable. They're angry because a lot of these people were the people behind this. There is so much theft that has taken place. I'm almost speechless. I mean, this is another reason why we're so far into debt. Yes, we print money, but wow, we have spent so much money on worthless garbage. TheEconomicCollapse.com, major food supply alert. Just in time, a deadly new strain of HS1 threatens to make our egg and beef shortages even worse. As I leave you today on this Friday, one word of advice is, make sure you're getting yourself some precious metals. That's real money, because I think we're going to have very turbulent times ahead. Also, I would be putting food and water away. Food prices are probably going to continue to go up. The U.S. cattle herd is the lowest, literally, in history. I think back to the 1950s. And we have a lot more people in this country than we had back in the 1950s. So we have a smaller herd of cattle now than we did back then, 70 years ago. And the egg apocalypse that is taking place is unbelievable. I cannot believe the price of eggs. It wasn't that long ago, a few years back, when I could buy a dozen eggs for 99 cents at some places. 99 cents for a dozen eggs. Now it's $6, $7, $8. And I'm sure some places it's even more. I was watching some videos the other night, people at Costco, just literally buying thousands of eggs, and fistfights almost starting at Costco, people fighting over eggs. Could you imagine if things really got bad and there was major food shortages, not just egg shortages? Could you imagine if there were food shortages in America, what people would be doing to one another? They're fighting over eggs right now at Costco, fisticuffs. Make sure you're preparing. And there's a lot of people out there that will say, I don't have any money for gold or silver. I can't buy a dirty man's safe. I can't buy eggs. And I don't know what to tell you. I've been making these videos for years, warning, trying to prepare people to wake up. The writing's on the wall. This is going to get nasty. And it's been getting nasty for a couple years now. And people will complain they don't have anything now. I'm sorry. I don't have the answer. I don't know, what you were doing a couple years ago. And unfortunately for millions of people, it is already too late. They are going to feel and suffer severe pain. Everybody is. No matter how prepared you are, no matter how much money you have, I think everybody's going to feel some amount of pain. But the people who feel the most pain are the people who are broke. They have no preparations. And now that they're figuring this out, going, oh man, this is bad. What am I going to do? I don't have any money. You're SOL. You're actually SOL. While people were partying years ago, while they were making bad financial decisions, while they were living way above their means instead of below their means, while they were thinking for today and not tomorrow, here we are. And now, as they realize that the ship is going down and they have no life raft, I mean, all I can advise is pray to God, walk close to God, and hopefully some doors open. But if you have the means right now, you're employed, you have the ability to prepare, get yourself some extra food, some extra water. You don't want to be dealing with these crowds if we see shortages. Make sure you're protecting your gold and silver. Make sure you have these things. And make sure you have cash out of the system. That's my advice. And I don't give financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing, what my friends are doing, what my circle is doing, and just thinking, outside of my head here, sharing it with all of you. You can do what you want to do. Comment down below on any of this stuff. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a safe weekend. God bless every one of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, I look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon. God bless. Take care.